We are getting ready to spend the day at the movies with FilmTT. We're talking about heading to Intrinsic and South Park for Caribbean Cinemas 8 because we have some free movies, local movies that you don't want to miss out on. This morning, let me welcome Project Officer at the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company Limited, Camille Lynch-Griffith, to tell us a little bit more about it. Good morning, Camille.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
All right, so first of all, why we have free movies going on today?
It's a pop-up event, and it's a culmination of different programs that FilmTT would have executed over a period of time. So Script to Screen is one of the capacity development programs that FilmTT would have developed, and out of that program, we would have had films that would have been executed.
Right.
So we have Sky Glow, we have I Dream of Calypso, which would be from cohort 1. For cohort 2, which would be a culmination of Script to Screen, is actually mixed up series that premiered right here on TTT June last year. And also out of a co-production deal with Nigerian Commission, we also have films When the Monsters Come Out and A Mother's Revenge.
Okay, and all of these are going to be, well, not premiered, but they're going to be shown today at both Intrinsic and South Park.
Yes, and we also have films Trinidad Remains, Hey 19, and Maria the Teaser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so I want you to get into the schedule for me, but before we get into the schedule, I kind of want to get some of the backstory on the Script to Screen and on the initiatives that you've been doing and why they're so important that we see the fruits of this labor.
Well, as you know, the Trinidad and Tobago Film Company has a reboot program, which is also supposed to make Trinidad a very attractive location for production companies to come and film here. And of course, we have film locations, which is also part of that program. We also facilitate productions coming in to film here by giving them work permits, being able to bring in equipment. So we have to have a relationship with customs so that they be able to bring in their equipment, as well as several different capacity development programs, Lunch and Learn. As I said, Script to Screen. We also have the marketing, content creation and marketing fund, which is a small grant that filmmakers are able to apply for to be able to make films, which, you know, at the end of the day is to help boost the film industry in Trinidad and Tobago.
How do you see this showcase today, the Day at the Movies? How do you see this helping to boost the industry?
Well, it's an opportunity for engagement, as in audience engagement. We want as many attendees as possible to come out and watch at what our filmmakers are creating. I know there's this idea that, oh, we don't really do good films in Trinidad and Tobago, right? But the truth is that there are filmmakers who are really dedicated to the craft, and you just really want to have a platform for them to be able to show their films. So this is why with this pop-up event, because I know it's like really last minute, as in, oh yeah, we need to do this. Yes, it's happening on the 30th of April. Let's move forward. And so that's why we're calling it a pop-up event as well.
Well, of course. I have mixed feelings about this, right? Because I do appreciate the pop-up event. I do appreciate that, you know, you're making it as accessible as possible. But I have a problem with people not valuing something when it's free. Yes. You know? Well, how do we get them to see the intrinsic value? Because making a movie is not cheap. It's not cheap in the least bit, right?
No.
And the fact that, you know, yes, we are happy to be able to say that, yes, I could go and see these movies for free. Even, you know, when they show on TTT, technically you're showing them for free, but there's a cost involved. So how do we get people to appreciate the value of it?
Well, I feel like this is a stepping stone in being able to showcase it, where they are getting to see, well, this is what Trinidad and Tobago filmmakers are making. And also, at the end of that, as I had already mentioned, the Content Creation and Marketing Fund is also to help deal with marketing these films, which is a big component that I feel like after you get the money in order to make the production, which is sizable, you do need a marketing budget in order to be able to market this film in order for persons to come and see.
It's a whole next course.
Which is a whole next course. So actually, while we're going to be showcasing the films, we're also going to do like a little opening remarks to let persons know just a little bit more about FilmTT, a little bit more about what the process is of making a film, and some of it is also about cost, because this project was also a culmination of a survey that we would have sent out to filmmakers to find out, you know, what it was like after they would have made the film, what their audience, what the information that they got from cinemas when their films were screened, who attended, and what things we need to do in order to improve it.
Can you share with us a little bit of what needs to be done to help to improve the reception?
Well, we were just talking about, marketing is a huge thing, as well as people needing to know who these filmmakers are. So there is a component where there's a Q&A where you'll be able to talk to the filmmakers as well as the actors, because it's not just only about the director as well as also about the talent.
Of course.
And then, of course, there's an opportunity to showcase that Trinidad and Tobago has some really nice picturesque places for you to film. And there's this thing in Trinidad where we kind of don't really know what's going on unless you're not a part of that niche. And so initiatives like this is to basically help push that idea out of, yes, there are lots of things that's happening in Trinidad and you need to go out there and find out what's going on.
Yeah. One of the things I like is that, besides being nice and picturesque in terms of these scenes, we can also use some places to create some dark and grotesque places as well.
Yes.
Because I love that in movies, you don't need to know exactly where what is for it to be shot in Trinidad and Tobago. You can create a place that I remember when I saw, I believe it was Cutlass, and they made the beautiful northern range look so dark and scary, and it was lovely for me to see that transformation of how you can take the film and however you want to, the director, whoever the people are in charge of the film, however they want to picture it, they can do so.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the films that are going to, tell me the lineup or the order of today. How does it go? I just go up there and just go to Intrinsic or South Park and just pay for a movie and see all, or?
It's free, remember?
Sorry, I just walk in and just sit down?
Well, there are time slots. So we have
Right.
1:30, 3:30, and 7:30.
Okay, so we start at 1:30.
We start at 1:30 in both locations.
Nice.
We are starting off with Maria the Teaser, which is a short. Most of the films, I have to say, are shorts.
Okay.
So it's like a group of films.
Right.
Maria the Teaser, we have I Dream of Calypso, then we go into Mass Prep, which is a documentary about Jambalasi, and then we have When the Monsters Come Out and A Mother's Revenge. And A Mother's Revenge and When the Monsters Come Out are the two films that would have come out of the co-production deal
Fela.
with, and with Nigeria, exactly.
Right.
Actually, it wasn't Fela, it was James Amuta.
James Amuta, sorry.
Yes. Right? And then for the second block, we have Hey 19, we have Trinidad Remains. We also would show A Monster's Revenge, A Mother's Revenge.
Mother's Revenge.
And When the Monsters Come Out.
Right.
And then for the last 7:30, we have Mixed Up. You're going to see all 5 episodes.
Oh, back to back.
Back to back.
All right, it's like binge watching Mixed Up. Love that.
Yes.
All right,
Netflix
so-
and chill, but in cinema.
Yeah, cinema and chill. They actually
Cinema
get to
and
go
chill,
out on a
yes.
date. So, that's 1:30. You said is the first screening.
Yes.
The second one is
At 3:30.
3:30, and then 7:30.
Yes,
is the final one.
and at the end of each of those time slots, we have a Q&A with some of the filmmakers. There will be Q&As that's happening at Intrinsic and Q&As that's happening at South Park. So you get the audience, you get the opportunity to ask the directors and the actors, like, what were their motivations? Why did they come up with this idea? Why did they want to be a filmmaker or an actor? Things of that nature.
Now, for people who've never heard of any of these films that we're talking about, they're watching the show this morning and they're like, what's these movies? I see any pictures? I see any... Can you give me a brief... all right, let's go with... they should know about Mix Up. If you're watching the show and you don't know nothing about Mix Up, you need links.
Exactly.
But let me go with A Mother's Revenge, for example. If you were to give me a brief synopsis of it, can you?
A Mother's Revenge, would be... It was actually the result of a 48-hour challenge, right? And it's pretty self-explanatory. A Mother's Revenge.
What is mommy getting revenge on?
Yeah, no, I want to leave you to be able to go and see that. I mean, it gets a little bloody, a little gory. So please, check it out. Definitely.
And it's interesting you say that because you said it gets bloody and gory, but it's written by Penelope Spencer, who
Yes.
we know for comedy.
Yes.
So I'm really, really intrigued now as to how Penny get dark.
I mean, every artist is multifaceted.
Of
I mean,
course.
even though you've only seen them in like one genre, there's more to them.
Most definitely. All right, so we're looking forward to today. Again, guys, you can head up to Intrinsic, that's Caribbean Cinemas at Intrinsic, or at South Park. And you get there 1:30 p.m., 3:30 p.m., or 7:30 p.m. If you want, you could go back all 3 times because it's absolutely free. You get the opportunity to see a barrage of films, local films, some short, some a little bit longer. And if you go at 7:30 p.m., that is the Mixed Up series showing all 5 episodes of the Mixed Up series. All right, Camille, let me say thank you so much for joining us this morning, and congratulations to you and the team at FilmTT. And we look forward to, we're going to get more days pop-up events happening, or?
We're hoping.
All right.
Just stay tuned to our socials.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Give them the socials before we go.
You are looking for Discover Film. Yes, Discover FilmTT on Facebook and Instagram, and we're also on LinkedIn.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Camille Lynch-Griffith, the project officer at FilmTT, sharing with us what's happening at the movies today. It's a pop-up event. You don't want to miss it. We take that quick break and come back with more in our morning show. Stay tuned.